Good morning, YouTube. It's Bama Mobs here, and we're starting at 0. And here we go. Yeah, I thought to do the video a little bit different today, so I want to let y'all walk with me. Yeah, today is June 28th, 2023, a little bit before 10 in the morning. And this is continuing the series of this week. The goal is to walk 70 kilometers in 1 week. Today's Friday, so we're well over halfway, and we're going to hit 50 kilometers today. Just wanted to spend this week to get some mileage in, some good brisk walking, and go from there. As you saw from my video yesterday, as they say in the cycling world, there was some suffering going on. Yeah, if you're not suffering, you're not training. I guess Tour de France will be coming up in a couple of months or so. Yeah, I'm having to ease into this, and I just woke up a little bit ago, guys, so I'm not my usual chipper self yet. As far as how my body's feeling today, as you imagine, developed a little bit of a blister on my right heel, so I got a mole skin on that now, and that feels better today. Left calf, which I know you're rolling your eyes, you're like, oh gosh, he's talking about his left calf again. Well, it's part of the vlog, guys. I mean, just the info. So as I'm walking, that's sort of loosening up. We've been walking, what, about 500 yards now, maybe. Let's see what else is going on in America. Had y'all watch the Trump-Biden debate last night? Yeah, I watched some bits and pieces of it last night. I read a little bit of CNN when I got home from work. But, you know, there's something going on when Anderson Cooper is saying, what was that? What was going on stage, and other pundits at CNN or grilling Democratic strategists. Heck, even Anderson Cooper's talking with Kamala Harris last night. Was like, is that the way he is every day? Yeah, he just had trouble commanding his thought process, stalls and stops. I mean, it's just everybody's known already. I mean, really, President Biden, somebody just needs to put the arm around him, love on the guy. It's not like he has to go to assisted living, but yeah, it just comes down to basic common sense. You know, he can't be the leader of the free world as far as the head honcho at the top of the chain making those final decisions. I mean, who is making the decisions? I don't know. Now, if it's the Joint Chiefs of Staff, then I'm down with that. But if it's Kamala Harris, others that's actually running the show, yeah, I'm not down with that. Anyway, that's my personal thoughts on that. As far as Donald Trump, I mean, he just has full command of his faculties. Frankly, that's the only thing going for him. Is he out there for me? I don't know. Highly doubt it. Is there any other choices? Well, you got Kennedy, who has roughly 0.00001% of the vote right now, so that's not happening. But you leave your comments down below about what you thought about the debate last night. All right, moving on back to the focus of this vlog. You may be wondering, okay, if this is marathon for beginners, why are you walking? Well, several months ago when I started this adventure in April, I started out on a 30-week program. I was going to ease into it, walk, jog, and I did. I got into week number 6 and then started having just too much pain in my left calf, even some of my left knee. So I had to break off that program, go strictly to walking. I was really stupid starting out. Weigh 220 pounds and you start to go jogging. That's not exactly bright. Start ground pounding on your joints when you're past age 50. So this is working out much better. Lost a little bit of weight. That's gonna be a slow process. Went from 220 to 210. Actually, I weighed 212 today. And I'll just go ahead and get into that subject. Yesterday, after I got finished walking, so I was past the 40K mark. I was tired, legs beat up, and I was thinking, okay, how can I manipulate the program here to start making me feel better? Personally, this ain't advice, but on my personal level, I've been taking osteobiflex. I've been taking the leave once or twice a day. So yesterday I went and had a full lunch. I'm talking about 3 chicken fingers, mashed taters and gravy, broccoli casserole, and about 3 bites of a peanut butter pie at lunch. So that's what I did at lunch. Drank plenty of fluids. At work last night, I had a can of soup and I think that was it. Oh, yeah, I had a yogurt. So intake was a lot larger than what I usually do. And it just shows you, I think it's mainly that soup, that Campbell soup I had last night. That's chock full of sodium. And, any type of sodium load in your body is going to cause retention of water, and thus your weight will go up. So overnight, I went from 210 to 212, maybe 213. But we'll go backtrack today. Got a watermelon with my name on it. Probably do some fish this afternoon, salad. Still do my yogurt at work, and we'll be back on track. Weight-wise, my goal this week, realistically, so Monday I started at 212, then we leveled out at 210. So I want to make a push. 207 is legitimate. I think 207 pounds would be a good go. By the end of next week, I want to be seeing a 199. If I can get a 199, that would be just a huge motivator and would drive the motivation to ramp up the program a little bit. If you've been following my videos, before I started doing all this, I was a Planet Fitness guy. I do a lot of lifting. Crazy enough, last year I started out the year in bodybuilding mode. Yes, I was eating 6 meals a day, working out body groups, 5 days a week. But I really wasn't doing any cardio. Now my body weight actually stayed around 208. But because of poor dietary choices, didn't really come off that much. May have hit 204, possibly. But I did build a lot of muscle mass. But I'm almost like I'm like a whale. Have a good inch of blubber around all that at this point. So once I went into this program, let's go do the marathon, I did just totally abandon all weightlifting. And here, yes, I'm almost 8 or 9 weeks into this. I do like the fact that my arms are thinning out. Yeah, my arms are thinner, just not as bulky up top. As far as my lower extremities, I mean, there's nothing on my lower extremities except for muscle. But it's all gut. No doubt organ fat. And then, yeah, just a lot around the chest, underarm area. But the only way that's going away is what we're doing right now. Hey, you got to put the time in. You got to focus on your diet, or you're not going to have any changes. Whew. Let's see, where's that at? There he goes. Yeah, this is the what everybody calls locally the old airport. Got a new airport in a separate section of the county. So now this is just a place where people come, walk, run, walk their dogs. I do prefer it when dogs are on leashes out here. I've had a few dogs run up to me. Yeah, when you see a German Shepherd running at you, and their owner is like, hey, they love everybody, they don't bite. It just is not that reassuring to me. So all I can do is just stand there and hope he don't tackle me. And so far, strategy's worked out. They sort of sniff and lick me. But we appreciate if the owners just keep on the leash. That would be nice. That's just me. Moving on. Yeah. Otherwise, people used to come down here like, go parking. I was down here one time, and a local police officer that was actually working with me at his second job came down here and, quote, caught me one night. No, I wasn't like naked or doing something crazy. Yeah, just me and the local girlfriend was down here. So a lot of memory for me. Yeah, we're making a turn now, going back. So a lot of memories for me, a lot of training I've done on this stretch airport. Remember the early 2000s, a much healthier me. Yes, I was back into running, doing 5Ks, 10Ks. And I would come here several times a week, 4, 6, 8 mile runs. And it's a pretty good track. I don't know if you can tell right now, but coming in here out this way was a slight downward grade. Now we're going back, and you got a slight grade going up. Somewhere between, maybe 2-3% grade coming up. I'm sure that's by design to slow down the planes back in the past. Yeah, nothing but us, pine trees. Right through those trees, there's a little residential community. But all you can do here is bear down and walk. Now, will I incorporate calisthenics as I move on to this program? Well, of course I am. Now, after I've done as much toning and walking as I can, yeah, I'll get back into calisthenics, eventually back into weightlifting. But at this stage of life, past age 50, yeah, I'm never, ever going to sacrifice my cardio again. Even for me, some slight depression not being able to run, you know, because I really enjoyed that in the past. But I think I might be able to get over that in the months coming. So I'm just going to stick with it. Well, here's another theory of mine that I'll probably dedicate tomorrow's video to. Yeah, as I was walking yesterday, I was thinking about it. Now, I'm walking 10 kilometers a day this week. And I started thinking about my childhood. And when I was a kid, I was really sort of like I am now. I was around chunky guy. I think I played nose guard on my Little League football team. And then went up for basketball. One thing about me, yeah, I don't quit. I went for basketball. You know, a lot of running. I was doing suicides. Struggled to make the 7th grade team. Had to play. Our coach was vicious. Had to win a game of 21 against another kid just to make the basketball team. Barely. It's like it was like 21-19 or something like that. I remember about midway through the season in basketball, my Little League football coach came to one of the games. He sort of looked at me. He's like, man, what happened? You are like thin. And yeah, I guess a part of 7th, 8th grade puberty and 7th grade basketball coach running our tails all day, full court basketball, then let's knock out about 10 to 20 suicides at the end of practice. I think that was the best shape of my life. I remember even doing push-ups and sit-ups at home. I mean, one night, one continuous session, I did 470 sit-ups. I was covered in sweat at the end. Put my feet in a dresser. I just started knocking them out. And at that age, I had no concept if that was a lot, if that was a little. That's a beautiful part of being young and dumb. Is I was doing stuff that, hey, nobody was doing at that time. Anyway, that's my personal story. Now back to how it ties in here. Well, what was I doing back then to lose that weight? Well, I lived in a very small town, so the kids would what? We would walk everywhere. I had to walk up this big old hill to get to one friend's house, and then we'd walk across town to his granddad's. Then I'd walk to the grocery store. Basketball courts was a mile from my house, so I'd have to walk up there, then play full court basketball during the summer outside, ambient Alabama heat. And back then, you just got the temperature. There wasn't all this heat index stuff, and you was just out in the environment. Oh yeah, I forgot the swimming pool. Yeah, walk from my house to the swimming pool. Then I'm in the pool it was open like from 1 to 5 p.m. Was we sitting there around there? No. Yeah, we take a break almost like recess, eat some chips. But otherwise, yeah, all types of water games, jumping off the diving board, lifeguards constantly telling us to quit running. So you get the drift. I mean, how many calories is your 8 to 12-year-old kid burning a day? Think about that. You know, the kid gets up, you know, eats some breakfast. I mean, breakfast for a kid is like, they're talking about 2 eggs, slice of bacon, boom, you're out the door. Play all day. You're having to walk to everywhere you go. Oh yeah, even bicycling, yeah. We'd bike a lot. All over the place. Bicycle here, bicycle there. So that's my thought process now, is that if my body type is going to revert back to what I was as a 10 to 12-year-old, I want to be expending the calories that I was then. And once you're a working person, working adult, yeah, it's hard because you're sitting down most of the day unless you're an outside person. And even most outside people, I mean, you're stationary when you're doing your work. burning more calories than an office person. So you got to find a different way to do it. And it's still gonna be tough, because as a kid, you have to think about this. You're out there working. You're out there playing 8, 10, 12 hours a day, probably 2 hours of that in breaks. The primary food that you're eating between breakfast and dinner is Gatorade and water. And that's about it. So I think this whole 10 kilometers a day is really gonna be the ticket. As you know, on average, I'm not telling you something you don't know, for every mile you walk, you burn 100 calories. If you're running a mile, it doesn't really boost it up that much. It might be 120 calories, maybe. Your basal metabolic, I don't give no guru debate here, but basal metabolic for a normal person, roughly 85 calories an hour. That means if you're just sitting there watching TV, doing nothing, just to maintain your body processes, you're gonna burn 85 calories. You sort of add that up for 24 hours. Add in, if you walk 6 miles, that's gonna be 600 more calories. Of course, if you walk up hills, you're gonna spend a little bit more. Most of them gonna give you 700. Or excuse me, most I'll give you is 200 calories per mile if you're involved in something strenuous. But that's sort of gonna be my thought process going forward, is that I just have to find ways to be active during the day. And sitting down watching TV is just not one of them. Even this, you know, screen time on the cell phone. All my videos are freeform. There's no editing going on here. Ain't that obvious? And I've eliminated most of my TV time. For about 45 minutes before I go to work, after I've had lunch, I'm trying to rest after this workout, we will watch maybe the national news from the previous night. We watched some shark videos yesterday. Also, there's a YouTube channel, I think it's called Castaways. They got a boat, and they're currently in the Philippines. They're just like traveling the world, visiting places, snorkeling. Not a care in the world. I wonder if they won the lottery. I'm not sure. Probably have to have money to do that type of stuff. Or I may be wrong. They probably had just enough to get the boat, some pork and beans, and they do spearfishing too, so they sort of get their own food as they go. That's a good channel to look at too, Castaways. All right, we're getting down here to the beginning of the airport. All right, so I'm going to wrap up the video now. I appreciate you watching. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, hit that notifications bell. Got 2 more days of 10Ks to do, which will be Saturday and Sunday. And then we'll be done for the week. It'll be a good week. I would have got some goals in. Already now, we went 1 mile at least. And actually my legs are both feeling better. That heel on the right's fine. Left calf's good. So we'll see if we're turning the tide or not. Hey, I hope y'all have a good day this weekend. What's that? That doesn't sound right. Hope you have a good weekend. Get out in the environment. Walk around. Drink plenty of water, Gatorade. Stay cool. But get out there. Don't just stay inside the house. That's bad. 4th of July week's coming up. I mean, really, guys. 4th of July week's coming up, so y'all got to get out there. As always, this is Bama Mobs. Appreciate y'all watching. And I got about 5 more miles to go. See y'all tomorrow.